All right. Anyways, all right. So we are here to pick part three of There's Gold in Them Hills. Last we left off, who wants to give the recap?
We still haven't found gold, so this whole adventure is a lie.
Yeah, there ain't no gold in any of these hills.
There's just beholders and mushrooms. And crazy ass thing that wants to kill
Where's
you.
the
There's no
gold?
Yeah, no gold yet.
Yeah.
So we beat down a beholder beat down us, and we retaliated with rocks, and then it fell down. The end.
And by we mean Abelard and Barnabas.
Yeah, it's basically them.
I just dodged that stuff. I couldn't do too much.
No, it's hiding behind a corner.
I was checking out a sweet door, you know. It was
That's
just
right.
so sweet.
That beard, man. Jeez, I'm so envious of that beard.
It's just a cat.
It doesn't even look like a real beard. It's like one of those fake beards you put on somebody. It's so big. Anyway. All right. So yeah, you went through many rooms within Raven Rock Mine, only to encounter a clockwork door in a room with a nasty beholder. And you found that the door had a very particular way of opening it via a mechanism called essentially a green wheel, a clock.
What's a
Yeah.
clock? I know what a clock is.
Where you had to match the time on the wheel that you insert into the door into this combination lock, which then opened the door. And then as it slid open, waiting at the opening at the bottom of the steps is a pretty strange sight. Upright bipedal mushroom people are essentially wandering around, and at the bottom of the steps is a particularly large one, easily, maybe 10 or 12 feet in height, but kind of hunched over. And you see that his skin is like a deep purple. It's kind of got like a crown, and it almost looks like a giant morel. And you can see that he's not talking, but you can hear him almost like in your mind as you kind of like breathe in this hot, humid mist that like just wafts up the stairs, and you can hear him in your mind saying, "Welcome." And
I keep the spores off me.
You try to, but it's kind of like really hard. Like you wave your hands away, and like you just end up spreading them out more. The spores and mist just kind of like goes around your hand and circulates with the stagnant air here. And the smell is pretty dank.
Hey, I don't do
and
that
musty. But you see that he seems welcoming. He bows and he kind of extends his hand in like a flourish, as if he's motioning for you to come down. And as he steps to the side, you can see that behind him, the most dominant feature in the room, aside from the numerous mushrooms that seem to be growing out of everywhere, is that there is a large water well. And it's about square in shape, and you see that there's a pulley system that's rigged about 30 feet above it from the ceiling. And from what you can see, there's a rusted plaque at the base of the well, and it's written in Dwarvish and Common, and it says, Plim's Delve, Raven Rock Mine Entrance, CY 597.
So, do I identify these things as those friendlier mushroom people I've met in the past?
If you have met myconids in the past, then yes, you recognize these creatures as, in fact, myconids. And you know that they communicate via telepathic spores.
Wait,
Right.
so
Now, the leader among them, you can make me an Arcana check.
Oh, I rolled a 1.
Oh, jeez.
So good.
So sad.
Wow,
14.
it's a good one.
Your best guess is that the leader, once they reach maturity,
Yeah.
his kind eat him. At least that's what you've heard. You've never actually witnessed it for yourself.
All right. And if I recall, the reason we want to get in here is because we want to blow up that mine so that we close the escape route for the drow. Right? Everyone?
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're looking for mushroom healing shrooms.
No, we're not, because
We're
that
not,
person's
because-
a liar.
Yeah.
Yeah, your best guess at this point is that was a red herring. Probably.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He probably
That's right.
sent you down here to get
I
killed.
forgot. That was a good sleep. I'm still groggy.
Yeah,
Wait,
but
so are
according
you
to
saying that we all can communicate telepathically right now because we have spores all over us?
yes, that's right.
Can you hear what
So
I'm
like,
saying?
it's kind of hard to get used to, but yeah, you kind of like pick up surface thoughts from people, and it's weird because like you're hearing them talk out loud, but you're also hearing their thoughts at the same time.
Well,
Hey,
all
I'm not
you're
that
hearing,
old.
all you're hearing is muffins, cake, bacon, cupcakes.
Who's thinking about
Oh,
food?
there was one thing that I forgot to mention last time, which is first I need
I'm hungry.
when you were flipping through the book, Barnabas, you came across this. This stood out to you in particular. This particular part of the journal from Belfast, Bricken. So.
All right. Do we know? I forget. What's her name is?
Lane.
Yeah.
Elaine.
She's the woman who's
The druid
tending
lady.
to the druid who's a drow.
She's actually
Right.
a drow, but
She's like a secret evil person.
we first saw her as a hot dwarf with lots of great midriff.
Yeah, well, that's a great midriff. That's right.
Yeah, that's right. She has really nice midriff. Important point. Thank you,
Yeah.
Susan.
So there's
There we are.
the muscle ab dwarf that you first encountered. And according to Belfast Bricken's journal entry, his last one, what he saw was a drow elf.
Right. Okay.
So, so there's two things. One, it's obvious that she sent you down here, really not to retrieve the Varkena roll at all, but to probably get you killed, because you were, sent here to investigate what happened to, what's her name? Fuck. Cassandra Smallbarrow.
Mhm.
The second thing is that according to Belfast's journal entry, he believes that this entrance in the Mushroom Grotto actually is one of the ways that leads to her grove.
So we were gonna blow up this, so she has no escape route. So let's do that.
But okay.
Wait.
But her grove.
I heard a butt.
No, I gave you guys all the clues I did already. So
I guess we can try to go down there and see if we can find green iron if we really want.
If
Yeah,
cool
see what
mushroom
this
people
grove
live
is all
in.
about.
Like
Who's Thrask Ironhide?
a cup maker.
Do we know that character?
you have not met him.
Okay.
This is the first time you've seen his name mentioned.
I guess let's talk to the Myconids and see if they work for her.
Mm. Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
How do we bring that up?
I'm both
Uh,
yelling in telepathy and out loud. Hi, friends!
I
right,
thought it was
well,
going to
you
just
don't-
be cupcakes.
They don't
Cupcakes!
seem to be,
Chocolate chip cookies.
yeah,
Come on,
they don't
guys.
seem to be alarmed at your yelling.
Sprinkles.
But you do notice as you step into the room, there's several other creatures, these large white-furred, almost gorilla-looking type of creatures with mushroom clusters growing at various parts of their body. And then also various other sized mushrooms, from small, tiny ones like only 1 or 2 feet tall to full size adults. Although you can't really tell what their sex is, they kind of seem pretty hermaphroditic or I shouldn't-
Mushrooms.
Yeah, they're right. They're mushroom people essentially.
Nice
The
mushroom
Biddlebob-
boobs.
They're gender neutral, you know.
the voice that Biddlebob carries definitely seems to be more masculine. And you see, he introduces himself and he says, "Welcome to the Mushroom Grotto. I am called Biddlebob."
Hi, Biddlebob.
What are you doing here?
He says, "I tend the grove on behalf of Kalath."
Aha.
Who?
The evil
This
drow.
is one of the ways she enters to the Shadow Grove.
And what's down there?
The grove itself, where Kalath makes his home.
Mm.
His home. Very confused about this gender of this drow now.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I meant to say male before.
Oh, too many wild change shapes. Can't identify the gender anymore. All right. Well, they just confirmed we need to blow this up to make her not be able to escape down here, as far as I'm concerned.
What do you mean, below?
I'm not talking to you.
Well, wait, maybe we should go down there and see what's going on. Like, I guess we could just blow it up.
Don't think that. Now they know.
You see his face kind of distort somewhat, and his brow kind of furrows, and he says, "Are you friend or foe of Kalath?" And you see that all the mushroom people, including the white fur things, all stop what they're doing, and they all turn and look at you guys.
Would you believe friend?
Well, she's pretty good looking.
Have we even met this person?
Have you
Callus?
seen that midriff?
So why don't you guys make me a persuasion check?
Somebody else is better at it than me.
Or deception. I will allow deception as well.
Somebody else is better at it than me. I'll assist.
I mean, I'm not against that personally, you know.
Gavrian just
I'm
rolled
ready.
initiative. Right.
His eyes,
I'm pretty persuasive.
his eyes turn to Nova.
Or no, sure.
Says, friend, then.
What?
Oh.
What? You cut off, or did I cut off?
Oh, I said
Friend,
It
then.
says friend, then. That's
Oh.
all.
Yeah.
Well, let's go back over that way and chat amongst ourselves.
Well, they could hear our thoughts anyway. I mean,
No, it's a range thing.
So you see Biddlebob, he seems to grasp a lever on the side near him, and he turns it into an upright position, and the clockwork door starts to close.
Oh, hey, what you locking us in here for?
Hey.
That's not nice.
I thought we were friends.
Can you
And
just
he
go
says,
down?
perhaps Kalath waits for you below.
She did.
And he motions down to the well.
Guys, I think we should go in there. I think we need to face this Calath.
All right.
You think if we
I love-
ask her nicely, she'll help us make the Cassandra not sick again?
I think she's the one poisoning her, but maybe.
Exactly.
Do you say that out loud?
Of
Of course we do.
yes.
It seems to be following our trend, so yes. We're not used to thinking.
He says, so the time has come. You know this Cassandra. You hear in your minds.
Yeah, did you know her? Is she a friend of yours?
No friend of mine and no friend of Kalath.
Oh, so they're friends.
Oh,
Why is she hurting
did she
her
do
old
something?
friend?
He says, "Don't you know the story?"
Nope.
Go on.
He tilts his head somewhat to the side, and you see that he kind of motions off and steps back a little bit. And then he says, "Many years ago, when I was just a sprout, two mighty dragons battled in the depths of the earth. One black, one gold. Kalath was a hermit who simply wanted to be left alone. A drow elf druid he was. And the battle between these two mighty dragons had reached Kalath's grove, destroyed it and all the creatures and plants in his care, except for me. Then, eventually, only the gold dragon remained, and the black was no more. Its body was a shadowy ruin, all fire and smoke. And the gold, its limbs were withered from the black's breath. Kalath barely survived this, but not before he saw the gold change its shape into that of a much smaller creature, one that you perhaps know as Cassandra."
Mm.
She's
Dun.
a dragon? What?
Kalath has spent many years formulating his plan for revenge. He has insinuated himself with the people of Blimsdelve above, and it is finally time for his plan to be enacted. The Varkanarel, the mushroom of revenge, has finally matured.
What's that?
So he does still need mushrooms, technically, but not for the reasons we really think it was for.
So what,
Mushroom
is-
of revenge?
Is she gonna become a mushroom dragon?
What?
No, for he wishes Cassandra's death and only her death. The Varkanarel provides that. Does anybody speak here Elvish?
I do, actually.
Yep.
Hmm.
All right, both of you guys can make me an intelligence check.
Check. Oop.
Ooh, all right. Well, Barnabas, you're not 100% sure,
Cupcakes.
but the Drow speak a dialect of Elvish, and the Drow word for revenge is Varkan.
I see.
I didn't pay much attention in language arts, obviously.
Too busy snacking, no doubt.
Those gummy worms needed to be eaten.
So, what's the play here, do we all think? We were obviously sent here to be killed, regardless of anything else.
Yep. Well,
By a particular person who shall not be named.
so should we just go up and go after her?
Well,
Or him? I'm
Do you
kind
wanna
of
go
confused
down
about
and-
that.
Do you want to go down and see what's down there? Do you have a? I'll ask Mike. Can you? Yeah. Do you? What's down there exactly? Is it a giant
I have told
colony of your people? Are there more of your people?
you, it is a grove of shadow. It is Kalath's home.
Yeah, but groves are generally made of plants, and shadows aren't plants. So elaborate.
Perhaps you will have to see for yourself.
Is Galeth down there right now?
do not know. Perhaps she waits for you.
Perhaps.
Not.
Can you guarantee safe passage for us to go down and come back?
That depends. For many years, under Kalat's ultimate and absolute rule, my will is broken to hers. I do as she bids, but perhaps I sense that you wish some harm to befall her.
I
That you
mean,
plan to upset her plans.
not upset her plans, but would you
I don't know where you got
want,
that from.
Would you want freedom?
Yeah, we just want to help you. We're mushroom
Enthusiasts.
mushrooms enthusiasts. Thank you. Good
So are you
call.
being genuine in your approach?
Yes.
Or
Very.
I
I mean, I did eat a mushroom right when I walked down
Yeah.
here, so I'm not lying.
A mycophile, if you
So
will.
why don't you go ahead and make me a persuasion check with an assist from Abelard Nova?
Yeah.
So you'll get advantage.
Mm-hmm.
He looks at you guys and he seems to ponder for a moment and then he says, Yes, I think the time has finally come to upset Kalat's plans. No more will my tribe fall victim to Kalat's whims and do her bidding. Perhaps then I will let you go below, and you will find Kalath there. And if not, then seek her out and destroy him once and for all. Sorry, I keep referring to him as her, but he's him.
No idea what's happening anymore.
Yeah, I just gave
They-
that
Doesn't
one.
seem to understand gender, so
They don't care.
That's fair. That's fine.
That's not wrong. All right, so he's guaranteeing a safe passage back and up as long as beyond any kind of combat we get on our own. So we head down and see, I guess.
Let's do it.
Now,
Agreed.
tell me, Biddlebop, where on the muffin did the bad Kalath touch you?
Hey, that actually works.
I keep thinking bibimbap, but that's a food.
Anyway, he
Mm.
says, "Here, take this," and he takes his staff, which you see is very strange looking because it's got what looks to be like clusters of mushrooms growing on each end. Otherwise, it appears to be made of like some dark, ashy wood. And he hands it to Nova.
Ooh. What's this?
It is powerful. It is a staff that can wither at its touch. It is taken from the Varcana realm that Kalath has cultivated over the years. I now entrust it to you.
Oh, thank you, Biddlebop. Oh, you are too kind.
So,
Nice.
Sweet.
and then you see he looks at all the others, and then they kind of step away, kind of giving you guys space to descend.
Okay, is it a rope? What are we looking at here? What's
So
the
it's
situation?
it's a pulley with a kind of like a platform that looks like you can maneuver in such a way that it will descend into the tunnel below.
So it's an elevator, effectively.
Correct.
Okay. Can all of us fit on the platform, or is it a few at a time? Or
Yeah, you can all fill it out.
I'm pretty small. Oh, whoa, I didn't get a good look at this guy. He's creepy.
Yeah, actually, he is in the journal. Let me show you guys. There you go. There's Biddlebop.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and that's the staff he's holding.
Actually,
that's
he's kind of cute.
very different than most Myconids I've ever met. different
Buff.
cap. Usually they're more,
Like flat.
mushroomy. Yeah. Not
Yeah, his
oral.
cap looks more like a morel. Yeah.
Man, if we sold this guy, you know how much money we could make? People go crazy for those kind of mushrooms.
We can't do that. That's like slavery.
We win at foraging.
Jackpot!
Slavery if he's dead.
That's like $30 a pound.
Mushroom rights matter.
So I guess we all get on and descend.
Sure. All right, so you guys are. You sure you want to do this?
It's too late now.
Yep.
You
All right.
effectively talked us into it, so yeah.
All right, let me just give me a second here.
I just wanted to kill him.
I just want to blow up the tunnel.
I'm gonna move you to a new map here. Just give me a moment.
Oh wait, I'm gonna heal myself before we go down there.
Yeah, it might be a good idea.
You're not healed.
I'm all healed up. I got some potions if anyone wants
Wow.
one.
Well, we rested, so you should be healed up now.
Oh wait. We did only an hour though, didn't we?
I don't remember anymore.
I think we did a long rest.
You did a
We
long
did?
rest after the beholder fight.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hmm.
Well, why am I still like this? Okay, never mind then. I guess I don't use my heals.
So you should be at max, right?
I'm at full health then.
I think so.
Yeah.
66.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay. So let me just ensure that things look correct here. I believe they do.
Oh god.
Oh God.
What's he got down there?
All right. I think we're in good shape now. All right, I'm not going to move you just yet. So the descent into the old mines of Plum's Delve is quiet and foreboding. As you maneuver the pulley system, the sound of squeaking wheels and the straining rope puts you on edge. Soon you're surrounded entirely by stone on all sides, and a foul stench begins to fill your nostrils, like a pungent muskiness intermixed with rotten garbage. When you finally reach the bottom after what seems like several long minutes, the passage you came through high above you is a point of light no larger than your thumbnail. The craggy rock is slick with moisture, and fungi grows out of countless fissures and cracks. A distant, flickering violet firelight shows you the obvious path of where Kalat's Shadow Grove lies. Cautiously approaching, you find a strange place pulled from your nightmares. Mushrooms of various shapes, sizes, and colors are everywhere, and nearly the entire area is blanketed in darkness. Before you, you notice that there is a wall of wind rushing across the entrance to the cavern beyond. Yeah. What are you guys doing?
Mm,
It sounds like quite the wall.
Hmm.
it's like rushing through this corridor.
It's not hitting you. You notice that you can kind of almost see like the streams of wind just covering the entrance into the Shadow Grove. So it's so imagine
Okay,
a doorway,
I see.
and there's wind going across it. Not hitting you, and it's not coming in and out of it. It's going across it.
That's weird.
Very.
I feel like it's something magical, maybe. Like that doesn't seem normal.
Yeah, your best guess would be magical.
Should we just jump through it? Does anyone?
Give it a shot. Let's see what happens.
All right. I jumped through it.
Oh.
Okay, so
That's all I needed.
Make a strength saving throw.
Okay. Strength saving throw. 9.
Oh.
Okay. So you take 21 bludgeoning damage as you go smacked by flailing winds,
Oh!
and you find yourself fully within the cavern itself now at this point.
I got through.
Yeah, you got through.
I just got fucked up.
You just got pummeled by winds though.
It hurts.
Yeah.
Should I switch places with him?
And as you're looking around, like I said, this place is super dark.
Yeah, I don't have dark
Do you
vision
have-
either.
Do you have your torch?
Oh, I do have my ever-burning torch.
Okay.
I
I'll
can
pull
see
that baby
everything.
out.
I don't know what you're
So-
talking about.
I'm gonna move you guys to the actual map.
So there's a bunch of trees in here.
So I don't have a map with actual mushrooms on it.
Oh, got
so
it.
just imagine
Yeah,
that the
that's
trees are the mushrooms.
right. I see.
What's
And
the
although I
eye
put
staring
you-
at us?
Oh, just ignore that. That's part of the map.
Okay.
Although I put you on the map, Abelard, actually you should be here. The rest of you guys technically are not in the grove itself yet.
Okay, well, I saw what happened to him, so I will use an ability, and I will teleport all of us through the wall.
I like this guy.
All right. So, what ability is this?
Call
Phantom Carol.
That is great. Excellent.
Damn.
if he's through the
He knows
so,
a lot of tricks. A lot of good tricks.
so I have to be able to see, so
Mm-mm.
see the spot, and I can see through the wall because it's wind. So
Yep.
we'll just go through the wall
Yeah, perfect.
Do we have to
All
hold
right.
hands?
So, no, you don't.
unless you want to.
So you do
He
see
calls everybody
there seems to be a barely visible figure that waits for you in the shadows. You notice that the figure seems to be wrapped in bandages, similar to a mummy. Wisps of shadow trail off of his body. He stands between a stream of black roiling water and a quartet of plinths. Directly to the north, almost like kind of in the center of the map. He does not negotiate or give a long monologue explaining his motivations. Upon seeing you within his grove, he immediately attacks. And we can roll initiative.
Well, that's not very nice.
So just give me a moment. Put up the order there. Let me change up the music.
Do we see him? Where is he on the map, or did you just not put him out there yet?
Oh, I'm about to put him.
Oh, okay.
Is there that campfire? Is that real?
Yeah, it's giving off. It's kind of like a permanent, continual flame, except it's like
Got
a
it.
dim violet. Oh, I don't like that song.
Wow.
Now we're jamming.
That was something.
There you go. All right, I think let me just sort the order here. That doesn't seem right. Okay, I don't know why it's doing that, but it's putting like my top person like after the end of the order.
I think you can move them manually once you sort
Yeah,
it.
I just tried to do that, and for some reason it didn't
Keeps
like
moving
that.
it.
It keeps moving back. So
Weird.
I think I have an idea why. So I'm gonna say first person to go would be Gabriel. Go.
Is that
My ready to action goes off.
Oh shit!
Oh, I hate rated actions.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, and also I need to add something else to here as well.
Back into action.
Where'd the music go?
I
You
still
should
hear
still
it.
have it.
All right here. Probably my shit.
Just give me a moment. I'm just trying to find out where the hell I wrote that.
Well, it was good playing with all of you.
We will live.
They will die.
Yeah,
I think
so
it was worse than that beholder.
so you're actually going to see that Calith will disappear. So let me just
Oh god, another one of these.
make him disappear, and then Gavrian, it's your turn.
I'm
and
prepared
as he
for this
does-
moment.
I'm sorry. As he disappears, you also see that there's 3 very large mushrooms that were in the grove. That they rise up slowly and they start to unfurl. And when I say very large, I mean like these things are huge. They're maybe about 15 feet tall.
Oh shit.
It's okay, they're on our side.
You don't get the impression that they're. And
Can't.
two of them are really near you guys, and the other isn't kind of farther in the back.
Ooh.
If you can see it on the map.
Oh my
Just
god.
saute them.
There you go. So now you guys should be all set. Okay. So now, Gavrian, you are the first person up.
Okay. So let's deal with the direct threats.
So any movement onto the actual trees, which are mushrooms, is considered to be difficult terrain. If you're walking.
I think that's Gordy. Oh. Yeah, this is good. Move up to there and then attack. Swipe my glaive at this one. Actually, I'm going to use a bonus action first and go into a rage and then attack. I think those will hit, those will miss unless it's still low AC.
Yeah. Check, no. So you fly into a rage, you're spinning about your glaive, and as you connect with the creatures, you find that their exterior carapace seems extremely tough and durable, and your glaive just kind of glances off them without actually penetrating.
Okay. No problem.
All right, anything else, Jay?
That is it.
Okay, so then we're going to be at Barnabas.
See invisibility.
All right, so you can see that a shadowy figure is here. The figure
Where?
itself, you gotta kind of scroll out where I'm picking.
Trying. It's not letting me scroll out.
Just zoom out to like
Okay, I see the whole map.
60%.
Go ahead.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
And the figure itself, looks like, there you go.
Oh, spooky.
All right. Well, that was my action. Yeah, I'm good.
You're not doing a bonus or a move? Okay.
No.
All right. So, Khaled says, you hear a voice kind of from that general direction, speaking in common. He says, I expected you to die up there. That's what he screams out. And then you see that there is a ball of acid that begins to form kind of here on the map.
I'm not seeing your pings for some reason.
Is anybody else?
Yeah, I wasn't seeing him either.
Oh.
I didn't see the other ones too. I just went
Because I was on a
pretending.
long layer.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
You guys see it now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that
Yes.
is that where the shadowy figure is?
No, the shadowy figure is up here. Why did you say that you
Oh.
saw
Because I thought like
I thought it
only
was
he
saying-
was able to say it or to see it or something. I'm like,
like
Can
how
you do
Kevin didn't
ping-
even say, like, I
ping
couldn't
to
see
player
it.
only.
I didn't see it. I zoomed out and I just thought I was insane, so I just went with it.
All right, maybe
Yeah, me
it's
too.
easier if I give you just an arrow there. Is that better?
Like, we see it.
It's actually one more square up from
Yeah, I
there.
could see him now.
Yeah.
Okay.
See the ping now.
Yeah.
That's
It's
funny.
also clear.
Right here. That's the square he's in. Okay.
We just all automatically think we're crazy.
Anyway, right here, this is here, you begin to see what looks to be like almost like a shiny green, ball of acid that forms and then starts getting extremely large, like very, very quickly, and expands, almost kind of like a fireball would. And I'm gonna need everybody to make me
Oh, shit.
dexterity saving throws.
1
please.
second. I'm gonna do something.
All right, go for it.
If it actually goes in, I'm counterspelling. I don't know why it's not going into chat.
Ah, all right. Go ahead.
Counterspell.
So,
If it's third level or lower, it automatically fails.
okay. So, and then if it's higher than that,
You have to make a
Higher,
roll.
I'm making a check using my spellcasting ability. DC is 10 plus spell level.
okay, go for it. It's higher than the third. So the DC is 10 plus the spell level.
Yep. Unless
All right,
it's
you-
a ninth level
You
spell.
succeed. So just as the ball, kind of, I described it wrong actually. The ball actually streaks out from over there and then stops here. But just as it gets there, you're able to counterspell it, and the ball just like drops down to the floor and just drips everywhere. What you do notice that Kalath is still invisible. You can see him via your see invisibility spell, but nobody else can.
Right.
So
You
he
acid
decides.
ball us, asshole.
Yeah. He decides not to move. He stays where he is. No.
I don't look directly at him, so I pretend I don't see him.
Okay.
Nice.
All right. So Nova, you're up.
Well, Mr. Kalath, you should have expected more, and I will use my Radiant Soul to get my wings out.
What?
I am flying.
Nice. That's a Thornbur move.
Yeah.
How high off the ground do you lift? You see the ceiling here is. 1 second.
It would be a Thornbur move if the wings grew out of her.
It's actually 60 feet high, the ceiling.
No, that does not happen. Not like that. I'm not
I
that
can't get
cool.
this
I'm not
out
as
of my
cool as
mind now.
Thornbur,
It's tough.
But I'm gonna go like 20 feet up, and also just kind of move just a little bit forward as well.
All right.
So that's my action, and I'll also use my bonus to put Hex, aka Unicorn Poop, on this beautiful mushroom man.
Mushroom 1.
Yes, yes.
Oh, unicorn poop.
Goes well with mushroom flesh.
All right, I gave him a kind of a little hex symbol. We'll just
Okay.
say the skull is.
And that's my turn, because that was my action to use my wings. My wangs.
Okay, all right. So next person in the order is Avalon.
All right. I'll charge in towards that same guy. I'll come up next to Gavrian. Say, let's get this motherfucker. And I'll make a couple attacks.
All right.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Give him a nice crack.
Yeah.
15 hit.
Yeah, 15 actually hits. So even though his like exterior is kind of hard, you're able to punch it, and as you do, it's almost like punching like a ceramic plate, and you see it kind of cracks. And he
Nice.
definitely looks like he was wounded from it. So go ahead and roll your damage.
9 damage, and I'm going to make that a stunning strike. So spend 1 key point, and you must make a Constitution saving throw. DC 14.
Okay.
Oops, I did not mean to click that.
So he is gonna fail the con save.
Nice. And so a stunned creature, I have advantage on attacks against him, or none of that?
Yes.
They just can't- I do?
Yeah, you do.
All right. I'm going to make my other attack on him then.
And just so that everybody knows, he is stunned until the end of Abelard's next turn.
Oh, nice. Okay. I will then make my second attack. A nice thud
Ooh.
Nice.
for 11 damage.
So it looks like you did 9 and 11 so far. Okay.
And then I can just use a bonus action to make an attack, and that's not another key point, right?
Correct, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to do that too. Nice wham!
Nice. All right. So you follow up the stun with a series of blows. Like first you hit his leg, and it kind of like reverberates up his leg, and you see the creature kind of like reeling. And then your second two shots to its other legs, just break it in pieces. And he starts to kind of wobble a little bit, but he is still up.
Nice. And I'll just stay here and kind of shake my butt at the other one. And that's the end of my turn.
Shake your butt at the other one.
Yeah, kind of shaking my butt at it.
It's a
Yeah,
good taunt.
I am changing these auras, by the way, to squares because I noticed that they were circles. So just give me a second. Okay.
Oh, yeah, nice. That helps.
Yep. So next up is this big guy to the right here, who is not currently stunned. And seeing, he actually steps forward. Jay, do you do anything about that?
Yes. Just hold on. Let me see here. Where is it? Yes, I could do an opportunity attack. It goes into my reach. So 24 to hit. 17.
That is going to hit, and you give a solid slash. You kind of like, cutting up portobello. It just like cuts nice and even.
Delicious.
It's thick and meaty, but you're able to slice it pretty cleanly, like right through the abdomen. It doesn't completely sever it in two, but you do a decent amount of damage. Does that prevent it from stepping forward? No, right?
Oh yeah, I have Sentinel. Hold on, let's see here.
Yeah, it makes its move 0.
All right, so that means
That's
it's
right.
unable to step forward, I guess, or just stops it in its place once it gets
No, it doesn't even move.
doesn't even move. All right, so I have no choice but to direct my attack to Gavrian. I was going to
Wait,
attack Ablard.
Oh, never mind.
All right, so Gavrian, it tries to slam a fist down on you. I believe your AC is higher than 14, though.
Correct. 17 or higher.
So, despite its haymaker up, and try to slam it down on your head, you are able to dodge the blows and kind of just shakes the ground right next to you. All right, so and then the very last guy in my order,
Stunned.
stunned. Where's my number 3?
Up
there
there.
he is.
Oh, he
Number
Yeah,
one's
my
done,
top
so
of
then
the
he's.
order.
My order is all screwed up here.
should have gone.
Yeah, fucking roll 20, man. And I will just say the other one was holding his action. All right, well, he's gonna step down. Let's see how far he can move.
No, I didn't shake my butt at that one.
Uh-oh.
How
Forgot.
could you?
How could you
The
forget?
taunt.
All right. Well, it is gonna stop and get to here, but it is unable to attack. They seem kind of slow and lumbering, and that's as far as it's able to get. And then, like you said, number 1 was already stunned, so he's not doing anything. Unfortunately, it is now round 2, and then a creature suddenly appears, something that you definitely were not expecting before. It appears in the midst of Gavrian and Abelard, and what it looks like is a giant demonic winged shadow creature.
No, but take care of that.
Okay.
I got my
You're
poop
a
on
creature
this
of
one.
light. It's a creature of darkness.
Ugh.
Yeah, it looks like it's totally made out of darkness, although it appears very demonic in appearance as well. And you see that it takes its claw and tries to slash at Gavrian. And it will get a 21 to hit, which I assume hits you.
Yep.
And this is all psychic damage. I don't know why they separate it this way, but it's 28 total psychic damage.
Oof.
Did you hear me?
Yeah.
28.
Oh, that's right. You're a barbarian who's not resistant to psychic, right?
That's right.
That's right. So, as the claw kind of passes through you, you feel like your soul actually being rended, and it makes you almost immediately, sick, disturbed.
No, but
You take a total of
Oh
28.
shit.
You don't feel any
Your
actual
gumdrop
physical wounds.
kisses.
It's just you get a sudden, pain throughout your entire head and body.
I mean, if I could kill this one real quick, I could move Hex, but
I don't know.
shit.
Kill the shrooms.
Yeah. And now we're going to be at the 20 part in the initiative. So you notice that the layer kind of rumbles.
What?
The actual shadow layer itself.
Yay, lair actions.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Yay.
That's why you don't go into lairs.
And where the fuck? Layer actions. Oh man, just give me a second. That's very weird. Okay. I am not seeing it on the page anymore. It's been a while since I ran this adventure. Oh, there it is. Okay, I see it now. All right, so and what you guys find is that you almost see this black miasma start to appear, and it tears at your skin and almost kind of eats away at it. And everybody in the room is going to take 9 necrotic.
Wait, is that on the floor? Or the whole room?
It's throughout the entire layer
Yeah,
itself.
okay. In
So
the
just as
air.
quickly as it appears, it fades away. And everybody in the room, all you guys take 9 necrotic each. All right.
All right.
Only our warrior of light is resistant.
Oh yeah.
It's out of place.
You forgot?
Yeah.
Oh.
It just went.
I mean, I've only been playing this character literally all month in like 4 different games, but I don't remember that I ever necrotic resistant.
So I'm going to say at this point, though, that the Awakened Mushroom, he gets to that position. And then Gavrin will go.
Okay.
So now I would only take 5 damage, right? Instead of
4.
9.
It gets rounded
Okay.
down.
Okay.
I guess I will continue the assault on this one. It's 2. 21 to hit for 13.
You're attacking a big guy, number 1 that's stunned?
Yep.
Yep. So both attacks will hit.
And
And that's the final damage, 27.
if it's still alive, I can do a bonus action and hit it again.
It is still alive. You notice that it's barely hanging on. You give it almost shaped cut within it. It's really, really deep, but it is barely standing on. You hit it with the butt of your glaive, and it just bursts apart when you do that.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Like it.
look at
And
that.
pieces of it fall all over the floor.
Oh God, it's all over me.
This is the worst kind of Stay Puft.
Does that give you the opportunity to move the hex immediately? No, right? You have to actually spend an action.
Yeah, spend my bonus action to move it.
Okay. All right, Gavrian, are you finished?
Actually, I'm there. No, yeah, I'm finished. I'm not gonna move. This guy next.
All right. So Barnabas, you're gonna go at this point.
Okay, well, I see the druid, and I will cast Psychic Blast on him. So, intelligence save for half damage.
All right. Intelligence save.
Otherwise, 42 damage.
Wow.
Oof.
So he is going to succeed because I see the DC here says 17.
Half damage.
So half damage would be 21. And he looks like he takes the full brunt of it. I do need to make a concentration check. And he is going to pass the concentration check.
Okay.
Well, let me record the damage first. So 21. Okay, anything else?
A moment. I'll just get ready to counterspell again. Yeah, I'm done.
All right, so he's going to respond in kind, realizing that you can see him. He's going to try to cast a spell of his own.
Uh-oh.
What spell?
Try to decide. We are going to do an insect plague. All right, so you're going to try to. Oh, you already rolled your Arcana check, right?
I want to identify this spell. Yeah.
Oh, it's an insect plague.
What does that do again?
It's a level 5 spell concentration that essentially summons insects and does damage to an area.
An area?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go ahead and try to counterspell that. 5th level. Made it.
Nice. All right, so you stop his spell
Nice.
once more.
Shit.
Good. Oh, I'm sorry, I skipped Nova there, but it is
It's okay.
Nova's turn.
Okay, well, I'll use a bonus action to move the hex onto that adorable, nice little thing.
Oh, the demon, the shadow demon. All right.
Yeah, yep. And then I'm gonna.
Don't touch him. You'll cancel each other out.
Well, I hope he likes bacon. Ooh.
Oh, he loves
wow,
bacon.
the double crit.
Well, I don't know if 14 hits, but I assume that 28 does.
Yeah, definitely the 28 will hit. Let me see. 14 will actually still hit.
Oh, well then. That is. I never know how that works.
Alien
The 4
damage.
doesn't work. So the hex damage. Does a hex damage technically work for both beams? Because they're both separate attacks.
Yeah.
You gotta read Hex. I think it
Yeah.
does.
Anytime you do damage to the spell.
Okay,
Every
so.
damage.
And then that would also go for my Radiant Soul. Does that also count for each beam? Because that's a +9 for each.
I thought Hex just added damage every time you hit the creature.
Yeah.
I think she's
Hex,
talking about.
but
her
I have
Radiant Soul.
Hex plus Radiant Soul, so I have 2 extra damage.
Well, the Hex is a D6, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, that's what the Radiant is at the top there.
Oh no, that is the Hex. I think I just wrote Radiant
I see. Okay, now
for
it
the
makes sense.
Hex.
So the first one that crit looks like you did a total of 24, right? Mix of Force and Radiant.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So let me record that because it takes like a different type of damage. You know, it's vulnerable to the Radiant. In other words, so I believe vulnerability means double, right?
Mhm.
Yep.
So it's going to take 20 Radiant from the crit and then another 14 Force, so 34 right there.
Just from that one
Just
beam.
from that one beam that crit. So you
Shit.
slam down into it and it like hits its head and then it immediately like reels from the shot as the light just like pretty much sears a hole right through its head that quickly closes up. You followed it up with a second blast into its chest, which does a total of 4 Radiant and 13 Force. So that's 17 damage. All right. It
You
is
already
still
included
alive.
the 9 from the Radiant Soul as well, right?
So yeah, that's what I need to know about. Is so this Radiant Soul.
Oh no,
Can you
once
just read
once
the
no,
ability
no,
to
no,
me?
yeah, one never mind. Not for each beam then. Once on each turn, deal extra radiant damage equal to level whenever you damage with an attack or spell. So it would have only been one time, not for each beam, for the Radiant
Got it.
Soul.
So it would do 9,
Mhm.
but doubled it becomes 18.
Mhm.
Nice. Well,
Fucker's got it. Oh.
well, you can tell me what happened.
Just kill him in one fucking beam.
I told you, Nova, it's all about you.
So
Well,
you just
he-
Nova'd on the Shadow Demon.
Yeah, he exploded in a holy bacon supernova. That's what happened to that demon.
Wow.
Mommy, not you,
That guy had no chance.
A kitty walks away.
You hear a blood-curdling scream, kind of almost like a hiss, and then his body just like, disappears and dissipates into like smoking boils, smoking black boiling liquid. Yeah, and then his body is no longer there.
Holy shit. Yeah, that's my turn. Wait, how much HP did he have?
You did a total of 69, so he had 66.
Shit. Okay.
It's pretty good turn there.
Damn.
Not bad.
Not bad at all.
Not bad.
At all.
That's what happens when you fighting vulnerable creatures. All right. So Nova, I think you're finished at this point, right?
Yeah, that's all I can do.
You sure? Well, actually, you still get your move and your
Oh.
your move.
Well, I don't want to move anyway. Maybe I'll just move 5 feet forward. There you
Okay.
go.
All right, Abelard, you're up.
Well, I just turned to fight this shadow demon that just popped up next to me, and whoa!
It
It
explodes.
just explodes.
All you smell is bacon.
The most
Hey,
holiest,
Pat.
divinest bacon you've ever smelt in your whole life.
So I look up from this corpse of these two creatures beneath me, and I look at number 3, and I shake my butt at him, and then I run over and attack number 2.
All right.
I'm gonna make him a nice walk, bok, and sock.
So walk and sock hit. The Bach unfortunately misses.
God, bok always fucks up. All right.
All right. Looks like a total of 19 there. And,
All right.
Are you doing anything else?
That's all I'm gonna do this turn.
All right. So
That was my action, bonus
additional
action.
thumbs, right?
Yeah, fuck it. I got the key points. I'll do the stunning strike.
Okay.
So makes a Constitution saving throw.
All right. He's gonna roll a 12.
Nice, done.
All right. So he's stunned.
Nice. All right. Just trying to find a stun icon. There you go. Okay, so what happens, Abelard? You kind of wade in, you give him 2 solid punches to the groin, and then you try to, kick his shin with your other leg. Kicking his shin doesn't work so much, but the 2 solid punches to the groin definitely vibrates his whole body to the point where like he's reeling and doesn't get an opportunity to actually do anything else, because it's his turn, and you notice that he is just stunned into oblivion. And then the guy who is dead, I'm going to remove him from the order. And the Shadow Demon's dead, and now we're back at the Shadow Grove.
Ew.
Okay. So you see out of the shadows rises a creature.
Oh, not again.
Not another one.
Nova.
Oh shit.
I only have one butt to shake, guys.
And it appears right next to Gavrian and Abelard. Just give me a second.
Abelard, is this your shadow or evil shadow? Or
Oh,
is
it
it
definitely
your
looks like an evil shadow because you see like it kind of rises like ghost style, comes up with a groan, maybe out of one of your shadows, and then immediately attacks. And it is going to target Gavrian with its attack roll. And it crits, actually. So I rolled a natural 20. You're going to take 19 necrotic. And then your strength score is going to go down by 4.
Oh.
As you feel your strength sapped away.
What?
What?
I know that affects everything for you.
Okay. Don't worry. Automatically does everything for me. Yeah, change it. There we go.
All right. So let me just mark him as shadow number 1 here. Okay. There you go.
Shadow one.
So that was the Shadow Grove.
Good. Just one.
Just number
Okay.
1.
So now we're going to move on to mushroom number 3, who currently likes where he's standing, and he's going to try to slam a fist down onto Gavrian. Gets a 17 to hit. Is that
Right on the
correct?
nose.
Right on the nose. All right. So kind of like with a big, meaty portobello fist, he slams it right into your chest, and you... I don't know why I didn't roll the damage here. You're going to take... It's very strange. 12 bludgeoning damage. So you get punched.
Ah, finally. Legend.
And now we're at Gavrian's turn.
Okay. All right. You're Nova's problem. I'm gonna go and try and finish off this mushroom man.
Which one? 2 or 3?
2.
Okay. So because he's stunned, you get advantage. Fortunately, a 10 will still miss. 25 hits. 18 will hit.
Nice.
So a total of 23 damage. And you can tell me what happens.
You killed him with your butt.
That's great.
I killed it with my butt.
There's destiny. Die by butt.
Anything else?
Nope, I'm good.
Barnabas.
All right, so this guy's eating through my abilities quick with all these counter spells, so I'm going to change it up and do Aid Insinuation.
All right.
It is DC 17 Intelligence.
All right. Let me roll that.
Nice.
All right. So even though I fail, I'm going to elect to save instead.
Okay, well, you take half damage.
All right. I'm
Nice
gonna use
damage roll.
my legendary resistance here.
Oh, look at all those eights.
And take only 18.
All right, I'll do it again next turn. I got my counter spell ready for this asshole. And I locked
All right.
down the spellcaster for everyone.
Yeah, that's key. Oh, it's been huge.
So it's gonna be Kalat's turn again.
Oh, concentration check.
Yes, thank you for reminding me. Oh, all right. He is gonna fail that. So you see him appear.
Hello.
Put him on the map.
Where is he? Let me in.
Hey, right there.
Oh, fuck. He's right there.
Yeah, and he's got a little wise to Barnabas's ways, and you see that he starts doing things that aren't spells.
What?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
He's not allowed to do that.
Yeah, that's not.
So he's taking a little bit of damage, and you notice that he raises up his hand, and this psychic kind of swirling energy comes out of it, and he is targeting our buddy Gavrian with it. Because Gavrian's fucking shit up, and he can tell that you're raging. So this will be an attack roll. Get the 26 to hit. And
No, that's too high.
too high. 27 psychic damage.
I have a window.
Whoa!
Okay. And you actually notice that some of his wounds begin to knit. Oh, whoops. I went the wrong way. There you go.
Get out of my head!
Otherwise, he stays where he is. Yeah, you see the psychic swirling energy. He pulls. It's almost like it's pulling life from you and back into him. And then you see he puts his fist back down, and this staff of shadow appears in his hands, and he holds it at the ready. And that was
I think
his
I've just been
turn.
fisted.
All right, Nova, you're up.
All right. Bonus to move Hex onto Shadow 1. And let's see
Okay.
if I land a hit. Because I'm always just worried about not landing hits.
Come on, your name is One Shot Kill.
Is it? Ooh.
It is now.
Eh.
Well, shadows are fortunately pretty easy to hit. Unfortunately, the 11 will miss.
Yeah. Well, okay.
Yeah.
Well, something hit.
23 will hit.
So, 12 plus 9.
Yep. So, like the Shadow Demon, this thing seems vulnerable to. So, do you continue to do the extra 9 damage,
Yeah.
or is that it was
It's-
only that one turn?
It's
Oh, it's
every
as long
turn
as you're flying.
once. Yeah.
Oh man.
It's just
So
once
that's
per
for
turn.
yeah.
That's
So that's
brutal.
for 2 more rounds. No, wait, 8 more rounds because that's for a minute.
8 more rounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last
So
minute.
it looks like 4 from the hex, and then
Uh-huh.
another 18 from
From
the
the radiant
from your
soul.
abilities. So
Mhm.
that's 22 radiant plus the 10 force. That's 32 damage. All right, you can tell me what happens.
Once I kill No, bro!
You
You
also
saved me.
like dissipates into the ground, burning. Oh no, bacon!
Nice.
The holy
All right.
bacon.
So you did your bonus, you did your attack, and you have your movement left.
I'm gonna move
All right.
1 place.
5 foot more.
She's coming in.
All right, Abelard, you are up.
All right. Once again, turning to fight a shadow monster and seeing it explode in my face. I'll look around. You! And I'll go chasing after spellcasting
All
man.
right, well, hold on.
Oh.
So,
Okay.
Oh.
you see that there is a black, almost like river of oil between you and him.
Okay.
Mhm.
Can I jump over it?
Sure. You can jump over it.
Okay.
You
I
can use
jump.
key to long jump or something, right?
Yeah, I get. Let me look here real quick. I can move across liquids on my turn
I think the point is you might not want to touch it.
without
Yeah.
falling. Oh, leap? No, that's not. I mean, how far across is it? He might be able to just do it with his movement. Anyway.
Yeah, you should be able to. I think you
Jump
could
it.
jump your.
So at the point, you
your
gotta show
strength.
me at what point you're crossing it. So if it's 10 feet directly south of you, then it's only 5 feet wide.
Yeah, like over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like if
Yeah.
you went from there to there and jumped across it.
Yep.
Mhm.
That's where I'll do it. I'll go here and I'll try and jump.
All right. So it's just a simple athletics check.
You know what? I'm going to use my inspiration to jump across this. It's very important to me.
You don't want to screw it up. I get it.
Smart.
My athletics is not great.
Oh, we have inspiration.
Yeah, you do. All right. So that is definitely good enough to clear it. However, as you land in front of Caleth, you see that the water moves with a life of its own.
What?
And
Oh, shit.
almost like a pseudopod rises up out of the water and tries to grab your back.
Oh.
And it does actually connect with you. I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw. As you kind of struggle and try to get it off of you. As
What's the problem
Yeah.
with this drunken
Doing your
bastard?
saves.
No,
Doing your
20.
saves.
The saves are my thing.
yeah. So fortunately for you, you do get some of the nasty water, and you only take 5 necrotic damage, but your Constitution saving throw is high enough to resist its poison.
Thank God.
Ooh.
So you do take 5 necrotic though.
Okay. So I'm down to 39. Oh! Well,
And now you're face
and
to
me.
face with Caleth.
and I'm going to make an attack against him. Give him a nice thwop. Oh,
Ooh.
that's going to miss.
Yeah.
Follow it with a whack.
Whack.
The whack will hit.
So 6 bludgeoning, and I'm going to use a stunning strike. So
All right. I am going to make my saving throw. Let me see.
that's a con save.
Try that first. All right. So I'm going to fail the save, but I'm going to use to pass it instead,
All right.
and to take 6 bludgeoning damage.
Got a few of those actions there, huh?
Yep, I'm going to use a I'm going to use a key point to do flurry of blows.
All right. Go for it.
Make another couple attacks. So, all right.
Bop it.
Nice whoop.
The wump will hit.
Another 9, and then I'm going to use another stunning strike as another key point.
All right, let me record the damage here.
I'm excited to see whatever the name's gonna be.
Let me roll my saving throw.
I got like 20 of them in there, so.
Oh, this time he's gonna fail.
That's awesome.
All right, and so he's gonna get stunned this time. And then
Nice.
your second flurries of blow attack will now happen. And
Give him a nice crunk.
because he's stunned, you get advantage on this one.
Like kick him in the shin.
Somehow he's still able to defend himself though, and the 18 will miss.
Ah,
Oh.
son of a bitch! I stubbed my toe. All right.
All right.
And yeah, that's the end of my turn.
All right,
A lot of key points there.
You did. So at this point, Awakened Mushroom number 2 is dead. We are at the top of the round with the Shadow Grove. So you see that the Shadow Grove rumbles again, and this black miasma fills the air and rots and eats away at all your skin. So everybody's going to take 9 necrotic.
I like my skin. I wish to stop eating it.
And then Bree's going to try to slam a fist into Gavrian's face.
Oh,
You're looking a little hurt there,
Not the
Gavin.
face, yeah. 25 is
waiting
gonna
for
hit.
my gumdrop kisses.
So Gavrian's gonna take 21 bludgeoning damage as she
Oh,
gets her
wow.
nose like punched in. I know you're resistant to damage, so but you do take 21.
Yes.
That's before the resistance.
Your nose only goes half in.
Halfway in.
I think that's worse, in fact.
And then we are at Gavrian's turn.
Okay. Let's just attack this guy. I got no ways of healing. All right.
I got you. Ooh.
Take that.
Very nice.
That.
So you retaliate in kind,
That.
Ooh.
unleashing a flurry of blows, including one that nearly cuts it from like groin to bottom of its head, whatever its head could be called, because it's actually like his shoulders. So yeah, that is a lot of damage. That's 19
We're having
plus
portobello
13, that's
bacon burgers
32.
tonight.
That is a total of 39 damage. It is not enough to kill the creature, but you unleash a flurry of blows at it, and it looks like it's in bad shape, as it just kind of like takes a couple step backs, from the barrage of attacks you land on it. Anything else?
Nope. I'm good.
Okay, so now we're at Barnabas.
I'm going to try. Let's do grasp. So strength save.
Strength saving throw. Now, being stunned, I believe that gives me the incapacitated condition. Would help if I was actually in the journal.
Yeah, looking it up.
Incapacitated.
Yes, it does.
I believe in you.
I can't even remember how to spell incapacitated, so let's just look at
Incapacitated
stunned.
is just that you can't take actions or reactions. Stunned, you automatically fail strength or dex saves, and attacks
There you go.
against you have advantage.
So that's what I wanted to find out, was whether or not I can even make the save. All right, because it's a strength save for grasp.
Yep.
Yep. So I'm going to automatically fail it.
All right. So he is considered grappled. Movement is now 0. And because of that, I now have access to 2 abilities. I can either move it whenever I want, or crush it. So since I don't want to move it away from our intrepid hero hitting it, I will crush it instead.
Okay. All right.
One moment.
And you can do that crush action on the same turn that
It's a bonus action. Yep.
That's a bonus action.
So 8
Nice.
bludgeoning damage. Magical bludgeoning damage.
All right. So you kind of see this almost like translucent psychic hand appear around Kalath, and unable to fight it off, it just grips him and then starts to squeeze. And he takes a total 8.
And it's grappled as long as it's within 60 feet of me.
Okay. All right. He is stunned, so he can't do anything.
We've shut this guy down. Man.
Well, for a turn. Yeah. Monk's stun is pretty good.
All those counter spells too.
And
I don't have much more of those, so be ready.
Yeah.
so at this point, it's going to be Nova's turn.
Okay, I'm gonna throw some kitties your way, Gabrielle. Throw some kitties.
Not the kisses, the actual cats at this point.
Not the bacon kitties, because
Nope.
those hurt.
That's kissing kitties. What
Kitties.
the hell? Look at that!
Wow! Oh, 3 1.
Oh, that's horrible.
Wow! That's 4 dice.
That's impressive.
Wow.
Only Susan could roll 3 1s
Wow.
in a row.
Oh, very sorry, Jay.
I thought you were bad at damage, but man, healing's even worse.
Shit.
All right.
Well, that's my bonus
She's
action.
awesome at damage. She does 1 kills. She just can't heal
No,
things.
I always get 1s for damage too. Remember? We don't speak of
Nope,
those
not
times.
this character. Not this character.
We don't speak of those times. Knock on
Not the
wood.
Shadow Slayer.
Well, let's
Shadow-
aim for that
Shadow
mushroom
Slayer,
three.
awesome.
Shadow Slayer. Well, mushroom ain't shadow, so well, let's see how this goes. So 2 at the mushroom 3.
The 11 will miss, but the 19.
Okay, so that's 12 plus 9. The hex isn't there because I didn't move the hex to him because I used my bonus for healing.
Yep. So just 12, right?
Plus 9.
Oh. So 21. All right. You can tell me what happens.
Yeah, he turns into a million, like, portobello bacon sandwiches.
They're all sizzling from the radiant damage.
Yes.
1-shot kill.
All right.
It is not 1-shot kill, he's already wounded.
No. You took 1 shot, it died. 1-shot kill.
That is not how that counts.
It totally works. Totally works.
All right. So, doing anything else? Do you have a
5 foot
5
step.
foot closer.
All right, let's step forward. All right, so we're back to Abelard. Abelard, on your turn, I need you to make me another Constitution save as you see the water try to grip your feet. You see kind of
shit.
pseudopod-like hands try to, grab your ankles. All right, so you're able to resist it again. You're kicking it away. You get some water in your skin. You take another 5 necrotic, but you're able to resist the poison condition.
Can I move over here?
Technically, yes. You
Sneak
can go
around
over
them.
there. Yeah, you can go around the plinth. As you're looking at the plinth itself, you notice that these things are made out of what looks to be obsidian. They look to be large, rocks that are kind of carved to resemble teeth. Or they may be teeth themselves, although they're extremely big. And you notice that they're also covered in what looks to be elvish writing.
Oh. I can't read Elvish,
like-
and I turn and I punch him.
It's kind of carved.
That's
Like
too
with a
pretty.
chisel. It looks like somebody took a chisel to it and actually carved the script into it. But you move around them, you're like ignoring being because you can't read it anyway. And
It looks nice, and I punch him in the head.
yeah, Caliph is still stunned until the end of your turn.
Great.
Mhm.
Yeah, alright. Great. I'm going to make some attacks on him then.
So you'll get advantage.
Okay, so
So
16, I believe misses.
will miss.
And a bop.
18 will
18.
miss.
Oh no. Well, it always works as a good thud.
The 27 will hit. That was your bonus?
Yeah, and that was my bonus action.
All right, so you're going to do 11.
And I'll do another stunning strike because why the hell not? Worked last time.
It did work last time, so let's
So
make
it's
a saving
DC
throw
14
here.
con save.
All right, so he's gonna pass his save naturally this time.
Oh, shit. Well, I just square up. And that'll be the end of my turn.
All right. So that was Abelard who went on a 7. So now it's the Shadow Grove's turn. We are going to pop up another shadow next to
Damn it.
Gavrian.
Nova,
Don't touch
you know what to
her!
do.
Actually, yeah, why not? All right, we're going to call this guy Shadow number 2.
Wait, hold on. I
You
took
should just call
damage.
him dissipated.
I took damage twice. Hex is concentration. I need to make 2 con saves. Or at least 1. And then if I fail that, obviously.
Yes.
Make a
yes,
second one.
Very true.
So I make 2 con saves.
Who's hurting my Nova?
Ugh.
Well, it was the
Oh.
layer
Ooh.
before.
Yeah, the Shadow Grove
Yeah.
attacking. Okay, so I passed.
So you're good on both.
Ugh.
The Shadow tries to hit Gavrian. Rolls 15 to hit, though, and misses. Alright, so that was the Grove's turn. Winking Mushroom number 3 is dead, so now we're back at Gavrian.
Okay. Yeah, let's attack the let's Nova Shadow.
You're concentrating right now on the grasp, right, Barnabas?
Yeah.
Okay.
A little bit. All right. Let's attack the Shadow.
Alright, so you kind of sidestep around to the Shadow's right, and 25 will hit. 22 will hit. And 14 also hits. So it looks like you did a total of 21, 30 damage. Alright, you can tell me what happens, because that butt is actually enough to kill it.
Killed it with a butt
One
again.
hit
Another
kill.
butt kill. Just like, I guess I'm just like, slice it back, forth, then I jump up and I land on it with my butt. And it dissipates.
Nice. Alright. So I think that's all of Gavrian's turn. We're back to Barnabas.
Well, let's see. I guess I'll do the grasp.
Sure. So this is auto damage, right?
No, it's not auto. I have to use an ability to do it, but one of my actions to do it.
But he doesn't get a save. I don't think.
Correct. So 29 bludgeoning.
Holy
That-
shit.
Damn.
Crush him.
a lot.
So you start to crush him some more. You can hear him kind of muffle, cry out in muffled pain. He is. Oh shit! You did 29. All right, freaking reset his hit points at 29. So give me a second. There you go, 29 damage. All right. So he looks like he's still alive and kicking, but he's starting to, like, you can see that there's some blood appearing in several spots on his body. You can see his mask. He's kind of wearing a porcelain mask, and underneath it, you can see it's dripping blood. And that translucent hand is just squeezing ever so tighter. Anything else, Barnabas?
No, I just want to let you know that you can make a, if you want to try to get out of the grasp, an athletics or acrobatics versus DC 17, and I can pump it up by spending points as a free action.
That's an action to do that?
A free action. I can just make it harder.
No, is it an action to escape?
Oh, yeah. You can spend as an action as to either do athletics or acrobatics.
And the other thing I wanted to ask you is the hand is not, it follows him, right? So if he, like, for example, teleports away, the hand is still on him. Is that right?
Yes.
That's correct. Okay.
Damn.
All right. So not much he could do about the hands, and he's definitely not spending an action trying to escape it. So he's gonna go out kicking. So let's see what he can do. Yeah. Mm. All right. So you see that does this affect his attacks in any way?
No,
right?
just movement of 0.
So he's going to take that staff of shadows that you see is kind of like alive with a life of its own, just shadows swarming all over it, and he's going to try to hit 1-2 attacks onto our buddy here. The guy he's in melee with. So AC 23 to hit.
Hits.
All right, and so you're going to take 8 bludgeoning plus 3 necrotic. So for a total of 11 damage. And your strength score goes down by 3.
Oh shoot.
Ooh. It was already not very good.
Fortunately for you saw the second attack coming, and you're able to duck underneath it, and you only take it misses you entirely. I only rolled an 11.
Oh.
Hmm.
Ow.
But yeah, just like
tired.
kind of like the shadows before, his staff seems to be sapping your strength. So, what's your strength now? A 5?
It's a 7.
Oh, 7. All right.
Yeah.
Right, he's still up though. All right, Nova. Let's see.
Well, let's move unicorn poop over to Caleth.
All right.
And blast him. Master blast him. You will enslave these poor mushroom people no more. Well, oof.
You say that, but he's able to dodge those 2 attacks.
I was able to dodge both attacks while he's incapacitated. He can't move. How does this work?
You're trying to get him, but he's kind of limber. He's fighting with the hands, so yeah. The beams just like hit the ground and they like sizzle the earth. All right. Anything else?
I'm moving up here. That's 10
right.
10 feet. Look
And
at
now
that.
we're back to
Serious
Ambelord.
business.
All right. I'll just keep on the attack, and I'll say, "Why are you so mean?" And I'll just be punching him. First, I'll slap him with a blap.
The slap, the blap blap, the blap slap,
The blap slap.
the blap slap will hit.
Nice. That's 7 damage.
7 damage, got it. All
I'm
right.
gonna sock him in the face. Nope.
You try to hit him in his porcelain mask face, but it misses. He's able to duck.
Bop him. Nope.
Bop will miss.
And I'm using a flurry of blows, so I'll get an extra.
Oh, okay. That was after
bonus
the
extra
sock.
attack.
Yeah.
Yeah. So give him a nice box.
Nope. So that will miss again.
Well, as part of my drunken technique, I can move an extra 10 feet, and I get the disengage action when I do flurry of blows. So I'm gonna say, "All right, nice talking to you," and then I'm gonna run away.
All
Had
right.
a pleasure.
And so I have 50 foot of movement. And I'm just gonna start running around this way. That's 10,
Nice.
15, 20, 25, 35, 40, 45, 50. So I run all the way over here.
Bye, Felicia.
Some smashed portobello sandwiches. All right.
You eat a sandwich while you're there.
I just run away as fast as I can.
All right. So let's see here. I think that you're gonna do another 9 necrotic damage from a miasma that fills the room again. So everybody's gonna take 9,
No.
and then that means that I'm gonna force 2 Constitution saving throws
Yep.
for Barnabas and.
Indeed.
That's not good.
Oh, was that the grass?
Ooh.
Oh. Nice.
Nice, brought them both down.
Glad you moved out of that area, though.
Yeah, good timing.
Oh,
There goes the hex too.
That was the hex.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so no more hex. All right, so that was on. So now we're back at Gabriel.
Okay.
You're so close, you can see Caliph just barely clinging on.
Yep.
So
I haven't used it yet, so I'm gonna let's see. Bonus, yeah, it's a bonus action to activate my ring of jumping, and I'm just going to jump like 40 feet, and just land right next to him, where I am, just up in the sky, and then I'm gonna come down and try and attack.
All right, but as you land on the ground, pseudopods
Yep.
come out of the water and they try to pull you back in. All right, so Constitution saving throw. That is not going to succeed. You are going to take a full 10 necrotic damage, and you are now poisoned until the end of your next turn.
All right. Poison. Okay.
So the poison condition, I believe, gives you disadvantage on all attacks.
All right, then I'll attack recklessly and negate that.
Oh, good. Attack rolls and ability.
Attack reckless.
You're looking pretty wounded there. 4 hit points? Jeez.
Yep. I'm hoping to finish him off.
Charging
Oh,
in.
nice. So 25, 22, those are 2 hits so far.
Kill him with the butt.
Nope, I already used my bonus to jump.
Damn. All right, so it looks like a total of 19 slashing damage.
Yep.
Yep, he is still alive. You cut into him a couple of times. You definitely dig wounds into his. He seems to be wearing armor under his clothes, so you kind of see him bleed out of those wounds that you cut into him. But he's still standing. Grits his teeth, or you kind of hear him like curse under his breath in some Elvish language. Are you finished?
Yep.
All right, so now we're back at Barnabas.
I see he's just hanging on, so I'm not going to do any tricks. I'm just going to do straight up damage. DC 17 intelligence, or was that 40 damage?
Holy shit! You're hitting him with a psychic blast.
I'm trying to make his head pop. I'm damned if
legendary
I don't, because even if I use my legend, I'm still gonna take 20, which is still enough. So you can tell me what happens.
His head leaves his body.
Wait, hold on, it's not enough. He's got 24 hit points.
Oh, that bastard.
Still got
dang.
4 left.
Dang.
So he fails to save. He uses his last legendary resistance to instead succeed, only taking 20.
Last
Okay.
Oh,
resistance.
man. He
close.
just wants to go one
It
more
is
time.
close. He's got one more turn.
I'll use my bonus to activate ability that gives me some temporary hit points.
All right. Got it. Anything else?
I'm
That's
done.
it. I think you're done. And now we are back.
I got one more spell in me.
He says to Gavin, he says, "Then you'll die with me."
Nope.
Is what he screams out to her, and he
Oh,
tries to
God.
cast a spell at his feet.
Oh, no.
What level is this spell?
Go.
Well, is anybody doing anything this?
I don't have any more.
I have
Oh.
I have an automatic 5th level counterspell.
Yeah. Nice.
All right. Well, you see that he
Lord, wow.
tries, kind of summons like almost level with you, so he can try to get you, Cabrian, and Abelard all within it. But your magic stoplight actually cancels that. You just like, whoosh, and it just like completely fizzles away instantly as you stopped his level 5 vitriolic sphere.
Oh, man.
Oh,
Just like my acid fireball. essentially.
Shit.
All right, so you were able to stop that from happening and respond in kind with your own turn.
One shot kill, man.
Get him, get him.
He's a creature of darkness.
Oh, well. Let's see. Ooh, ooh.
Oh,
Something hits.
23 is gonna hit. 18 will
Oh.
miss,
All
but
over.
I think
Oh yeah,
the 23
either
will be
way,
enough.
with the
All
9
over.
extra damage, it would be enough.
Yeah, so you can tell me what happens.
So he like glows in holy light and just like dissolves into the ground, screaming.
Into
Oh.
crumbled bacon.
Yeah.
What to
All
put on
right.
the portobello?
There you go.
So with
Lunchtime.
Calith finally defeated, the corruption of the Shadow Grove recedes, and the ambient light visibly brightens. You see Calith's physical body deteriorates before your eyes. It dissolves into wisps of black smoke that evaporate within moments. But from the smoke, an enormous draconic shape forms before your very eyes,
Oh.
screeching with psychic horror, and disappearing just as quickly as it appeared. Only Calith's foul bandages and possessions remain behind.
I was gonna say, if we're fighting a shadow dragon now,
This isn't even my final form.
Oh shit.
And you see the wind. You actually notice that there is another, now that the darkness is kind of like lifted from the room a little bit, you see that there's another exit to the room, or entrance, you would say, from here, in this direction. You guys came out of the south. And then
Okay.
also the wall of wind that was going across the entrance to the south has now dissipated. If there was a wall of wind around the entrance on the east side, it's gone now as well.
is
Wow.
the water still gross looking?
The water now just black, brackish water. Just seems to be pulling at this area, but it's not making any attempt to grab Gavrian or anything like that.
Hurrah. I'll
I float
away
down
from it
gently
just in
as
case.
the wings run out, pretty much.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna take a quick break because I need to hit the restroom.
All right.
Uh,
Nice. Killed the
just
guy.
just a couple minutes.
Okay.
All right. You guys can hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So combat is over. You guys are Yeah.
Loot.
We don't have Eric. Oh, Eric's coming back. Yeah, so looking at the loot, you see pretty much you don't see very much. You just see kind of like these grayish, very well used, very old looking bandages. And then second thing you notice is that there's 3 other items kind of like within the bandages themselves that fell off of Kalath's body after it completely dissolved. You see an amulet, what looks to be a ring, and then the last thing is kind of looks like this black and silver, almost like Palantir type of looking crystal ball. The ring itself is gold. You notice that it's got the image of kind of like a brain engraved on it, and then the amulet looks very plain and nondescript. You see that you look at it, and the first impression you get is like just a very bland looking piece of jewelry.
Let's take them and identify them later.
Yep.
Sounds
So the
good.
only other thing of note in this area is that there are, like I said before and described to Abelard, 4 plinths that resemble kind of like teeth. They seem to be shaped out of black shiny stone. Your best guess is maybe obsidian, and they're extremely large, like unusually large. And if they were to be teeth, it could be possible that maybe they were carved that way, but that's your best guess. And written all over them in a very tight, very organized set of writing is a lot of Elvish script.
What's it say?
I can read it.
Yep. So when you look it over, it seems to be some sort of manifesto. It says, do you want me to read it out loud?
Yeah.
All right. It is I, Kalath Vundarin, who has inscribed these words upon the obsidian teeth of Zakathanul, and this is my manifesto. In the year 597 CY, a hermit was I, contently alone and peaceful within my shadow grove, deep within the earth. My home was suddenly disrupted by a battle between 2 massive dragons, a gold and a black, that burst through the cavernous ceiling. Shadow and flame was all I knew that day. They didn't know what they had stumbled upon. Oh, what they hadn't stumbled upon, but nonetheless, the creatures and plants in my care fell victim to their rage. I came to know searing pain like no other, and I knew my life had reached its sorrowful end. But before I died, I witnessed the gold victorious, and the black a shadowed smoldering corpse. My cavern and home had collapsed, but the gold was too large to escape its confines, and its muscular limbs had become withered and pathetic from the obsidian's breath. The gold had changed its form into a much smaller creature. The second plinth reads, My grief knows no bounds. Many months I spent in the agony of converting to a life of undeath. But when I recovered, a newfound vengeance consumed me. I harvested what I could of the Shadow Dragon's obsidian corpse, the evil I came to know as Zakathanul, the slumbering torment, and sought the remaining creature that was the source of my undying pain. It did not take me long to find her, but if you had visited the surface town of Plymsdelve, know that Cassandra Smallburrow is no mere halfling, but the dragon of gold, though her draconic form remains withered. Still a powerful adversary she faced confrontation would surely end in my permanent death. However, a plan I will devise. All right, do you want me to keep reading?
Mhm.
All right. The third.
I do now.
I discovered a vast network of tunnels beneath this Plymsdelve, and formed a new grove of shadows that I can reach by multiple entrances into the old mines beneath the town. I engineered a new species of mushroom from Zekathanos' remains. Insidious, potent, highly resistant to magic, and best of all, incredibly poisonous to dragonkind despite their supposed immunities. I called it Varkanarel, the root of which is the drow word vengeance. I took on the guise of a helpful dwarven druid named Elaine Hellard, and convinced the people of this stupid backwater town that the Varkanarel had medicinal properties. It's quite harmless to non-dragon creatures, but in diluted quantities, it has had the effect of reducing Cassandra's resistance over the course of many years. The last plinth reads, the Varkanarel needs time to mature, but after nearly 2 decades, it is finally ready. It has worked its way into every fissure of rock beneath Plymsdelve. Cassandra has drunk of it many times over. This pathetic town that the Gold Dragon calls home, and his people will suffer, just as I was made to suffer when my life and home became known. I have devastated the land, the crops, and the animals. All will feel my presence. A nation of hope, Ravenar has offered aid to its people of wretched Plymsdelve. I cannot allow this. A friend to Cassandra, Ragnar Ravenrock, is trying to broker an exchange of goods. I will use this opportunity to strike. I have distilled the mature Varkanarel into a poison and have cast a gaze onto an unwitting dwarf craftsman skilled with cups, Thrask iron-eyed, to fashion the receptacles by which the poison will be delivered. Vengeance will be mine at last.
Oh shit.
Well, let's get back to town.
So
Sounds like we
all
killed
the
the right
cups are
person.
fucked. Every single cup is poison, technically, is what I got.
All the green cups.
Yep.
Yeah. That's the green cups.
But it's only harmful to dragon people?
Are they people if they're dragons?
Dun-dun.
Okay.
All right.
Good point. Good point.
Dragon lives matter.
Do they?
By the
know?
way, we know how to help her
It's
now.
a gold dragon. They're good
I know. They're good. Well, let's get back up there and stop the poison.
Should we be discreet about it? I feel like we're gonna blow up her spot, you know? Everyone just thinks she's a normal halfling.
Yeah, we don't have to say anything about the dragon
Yeah,
part.
yeah,
We
yeah.
could
We'll
just
just
say
wink
that
at her a lot.
the druid was evil. We could just say that.
Wait, guys, we never asked how to actually cure it. If there is a way.
Maybe give it-
Not having being poisoned all the time. Help recover.
Maybe given time, she'll recover naturally since she's not. I mean, she's been drinking the poison over and over and over again for
If she
years.
just stops drinking poison, that might do it.
Or we could find a way to, I guess, kill off the mushroom somehow.
That
But
could
the
be.
poor mushroom people, they're so nice.
Maybe they know how to kill it.
Yeah, we can ask the mushroom people.
Yeah, we have to go back up there anyway.
They
Yeah,
are the
let's ask them.
gardeners.
Well, we don't have to go up there. There's another exit that way.
Oh yeah, let's go see where that goes.
Okay, so you guys are going to the east. All right. So you travel through a long tunnel, a series of tunnels actually, that seems to have one clear direction as to where it's going to go. And eventually, what you find is that you come to what looks to be a stone door at the end of this tunnel, which kind of ends into this cavern that kind of balloons open. And the stone door appears to be 4 pieces, almost like an X. And on each of the pieces, you see that there's a symbol that appears very ancient, almost like a rune. But this rune, to you, Barnabas, reminds you of the same rune that you encountered in Raven Rock Mine, the one that was on the floor.
Ah,
And you link it. You notice that the top rune says fire, or you're just not sure about the other 3.
I back away. Let's not go that way. I don't want to be set on fire again. That was not pleasant last time.
Fair enough.
That's fair.
And plus, I want to talk to the fungus. I'm sorry, the mushroom people.
I'm gonna drink a potion before we move any farther.
There seems to be nothing here, but you do. Anybody with a passive perception of 16 or higher in the group?
Nope.
Three of you guys are very unperceptive.
We walk right
Alright.
past the
You do
chest
notice
of gold.
that this cavern is it's got a lot of moisture in it. And you think you hear the faint sound of a waterfall outside.
Do we know where a waterfall is in relation to the town?
No.
Okay. Well, I'm happy to go back up the elevator.
Yep.
All right. It's a bit of a long trek to get back up, but you backtrack to where you were in the Shadow Grove, and then you go back through that tunnel. Take the pulley system back up to the Mushroom Grotto, where you find Bittlebop waiting for you.
Hello. Well, that's done. So,
You're free.
You've returned.
are you able to do something about this mushroom that's growing everywhere?
Yes.
Like, not make it grow everywhere anymore? That'd be great.
Well, I had a feeling you were successful, he says through all your minds. He takes a couple steps, and you notice that he kind of motions his hand for you to look. And what you can see is that there seems to be very deflated mushrooms like all around the grove, and you're now just beginning to notice that these large purple, blackish, bulbous mushrooms seem to just have completely, died. It looks like they just fell over and crumbled apart.
What happened?
This is the Varkanarel. With Kalad's death, it is no more.
Wait,
and
will
we
you
are
guys
free.
be okay?
Yes, I live. My tribe lives.
Do you know
I
how
think
to?
From here, we will go and live someplace else.
Do you know how to cure the poison?
The poison upon Cassandra?
That's the one.
Perhaps with Kalad's death, like the Varkanarel, it is no more.
Okay. Easy enough.
He motions over to the lever and puts it in a down position, and you see that the clockwork door begins to open.
Cool. Well,
And he says, I thank you. We all do.
There's
And he kinda
tunnels in the
creepily smiles.
Underdark. If you want to go down that way, to your freedom. Before we collapse it.
We will. Bound to the Mushroom Grotto.
have fun.
Well, Bittlebop, I'll miss you. And I
He
give
gives a
Bittlebop
very
a hug.
elaborate, dramatic bow, and then he's and a really wide smile. And then you see that all the other silent Myconids follow him and wait for you guys to get off the platform so that he can lead them onto it.
I give Bittlebop a hug.
It's kind of slimy.
I'm okay with that.
And you see the white furred creatures. They're like picking up sprouts and like they're holding a couple sprouts in each arms, and they kind of all assemble onto the platform. And Bittlebop maneuvers the pulley system as it descends, and you guys go up the steps.
Hey, wait a second. Did we forget? We're supposed to be destroying all entrances to the Underdark.
Well, let's let them go down, and then we can
Well,
do that.
Yeah.
Destroy this
Okay,
one, then we can
okay.
destroy the other one.
Fair enough.
So at some point, a couple minutes later, the pulley has completely descended, and it's way farther than your dark vision, Nova. Deeper than the 120 feet that you can see. But you're pretty sure that the Myconids have gotten off the platform and escaped.
I pretty much waved to them all the way down.
Bittlebop just creepily looks at you and gives a final wave.
I miss you.
You two are gonna date, aren't you?
Yes. It's my new mushroom boyfriend.
So you take a couple of,
He's
I
very
assume you're
soft.
taking a couple of shaft breakers and you're kind of throwing them down there?
How many do we have?
You have 4.
Yeah, then, because we have two tunnels. So
That's correct, yeah. So to make a long story short, the whole tunnel, the whole mine shakes as this shaft shatters, and you hear it kind of crumble and a little bit of the earthquakes. And you're pretty sure you did something enough to actually, maybe collapse the bottom level where the platform actually descends and hits the ground. So that way nothing may come up. Second thing is you go to the tunnel in the Underdark to the south side of the mine, and you set off a couple of the shaft breakers there. And that tunnel is now closed as well. You still hear the warden patrolling the storeroom at that point.
That's fine.
Good job, buddy. Keep it up.
I guess let's head to town.
Sure.
Yep.
So once you get to town, what are you doing?
Gonna go see how our dragon's doing.
We're gonna go straight to him.
Remember, we don't want to call her a dragon. People
So-
still think she's a halfling.
So you return to Cassandra Smallborough and Cecil Beard's home to find her surrounded by friends. She appears damp but flushed. Her cheeks are rosy, her eyes are twinkling. Her blackened veins have completely receded. She thanks you profusely in a hoarse voice, and Ragnar shoves a bag of coins and a dagger into your hands. His eyes are watery with joy. You're told by Cecil, you'll always be free to do what you wish at this point. So what you decide to do with the information regarding Cassandra's true form is up to you.
Well, we tell him that sexy midriff lady was actually a zombie drow man.
You seem shocked to hear that. But you explain what you found down there without revealing Cassandra's true form?
Correct.
Okay.
We don't tell them the dragon story, just that there was a drow plotting.
Abelard winks at Cassandra throughout the whole thing a bunch, though. He's
lot
like, every
of
time we
winking.
mention her, or like anything that is around that, I'm looking at her.
Wink. There sure
And
was a lot of
you get no
gold
response part of this.
in those hills. Wink.
Somewhere out there, however, you feel as if some greater evil in the distant dark lingers. An itch at the base of your skull, like a worm slithering in the ear, tells you that this is not over. Zakathanu, the slumbering torment. For now, it bides its time and gains strength, perhaps to one day surface and threaten the good people of Plumsdelve, or even the greater land of Keolan once again. Will you be ready for it, is the question.
I go get those cups.
So, yeah, you could ask around about the cups. You find out that those are the same cups that were green cups were described as being used during the toast at the start of the negotiations.
I get him, and I throw him on the ground.
Yeah, we break all the cups.
As for the dagger you were given by Ragnar, it was a long-toothed dagger.
Ooh.
And then you identify some of the other items as well. You've shield and a crystal ball and an amulet of proof against detection and location.
Very nice.
Cool
All the
stuff.
stuff that would have helped in this event.
Which is how you assume with all these items, how you assume that Kaleth probably prepared for you getting here. using the crystal ball to maybe spy on Bransby,
Mm-hmm.
and then using the amulet and the ring of mind to prevent any lies from being detected over the number of years that she worked her insidious plans here at Plimsdelve. And that's it.
Sneaky.
We have concluded. That is the end of the adventure.
Nice. Success.
That's pretty cool. Do you would you intend this to be as part of like a big homebrew campaign at some point for like Greyhawk too? Because obviously the Black Dragon would come at some point.
Well, I mean, I planned it on being like a 1 or 2 part, a 2 or 3 part adventure.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean that was my intention. So there's a couple of things that like I had planned for the future, like where is Zakathanu's spirit now,
Mm-hmm.
and also if you guys could have researched this, but you find that Plimsdelve was named after a guy named Plim Deep Delver, and when he established this town. After he established it like 25 years ago, he disappeared. Nobody knows what happened to him. So I was thinking about how that's connected with the events of the past.
Mm.
Nice.
So there was this like atrocity that happened. Creatures. I don't know if you actually. I don't remember if you guys actually found this out when we first started. But 20 so years ago, there was like an event where all these Underdark creatures came pouring up and attacked Plimsdelve. And only 2 people, well, an adventure group was formed, and then some people went down to find out what the fuck is going on. Well, Ragnar and Cassandra were among that group of people, along with this dude's wife and Ragnar's sister. You never did the research into going to the actual Good Hills Union Hall, but you would find out if you had gone there that the beer that was used during the toast was actually poisoned, and you can find that out through a number of different investigative means. But make a long story short, the guy who makes that beer, his wife was one of the people that got killed when they investigated what happened 20 years ago in the depths of town when they first encountered Zekathanu. So there's a lot of other things you could have done, but you took the very straightforward way, and
Yeah, we're like, well, we
you went
could
right
ask
to the
him
mall.
after.
You didn't even question any of the Good Hills Union people. But
Yeah, that's funny.
the adventure is supposed to take be done within 8 hours, so which I think we did.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
So thanks for playing.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, I like it.
First Beholder and first Mind Flayer.
Undead Mind Flayer. Yeah.
True.
I mean,
All right.
I didn't expect like any of it going into the mine. I mean, I didn't expect what kind of enemies we'd be fighting. I guess.
Me neither.
Yeah. So Counterspell is a actual ability that mystics get. I didn't even know that.
No, I convert spaces. I did.
Oh, that's right.
Beginning. I convert into spell slots, and I've been using it. I had 4 spell slots that I had saved.
Nice, very good. Yeah, I was like, whoa, that's pretty brutal. Yeah, one more person, and he would have been taking like legendary actions, but with 4 people, it's tough for him to do that. So there's enough shit in that room. That was a pretty close fight, but you guys did well.
Yeah, me and Gabrian were on our last legs.
I know. Every single combat, I'm at 4 hit points. I'm at single digits. I start with triple digits.
I know, you have like over 100 HP start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I like that.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say I like that with my 57 hit points. I never went below 30.
I should have targeted you more, but I couldn't.
No,
Just
He
too
never
smart for me,
moved
Kevin.
from the back.
I just hide. I just hide like hell.
Yeah.
And you play Nova in other too?
Well, I played it in the other one shot that we're doing with our other group, and then I was playing
still
it.
doing that one shot?
Yeah, we have one more game too.
Yeah,
It's actually
it's also a 3-shot.
a 3-shot.
Three shot.
It also ended up
3-shot
being a
one.
3-shot.
Well, a
That's-
one shot's like a one adventure thing.
Yeah,
you know?
it's not a long
Yeah.
campaign. Yeah, you get it. And then I played her for, I don't know if it's really a one shot. I think he's running Mines of Fandelver, one of Ryan's coworkers. So I went there. We played like 2 weekends ago on Saturday.
In person?
Yeah, in person. So that was the
Wow,
first time I was
right.
actually playing D&D in person. It doesn't count because
shit.
the first time I played a tabletop game was Pathfinder and it wasn't D&D, so it doesn't count. I had absolutely zero fucking clue what I was doing. And then we played yesterday.
So how is that playing? This guy just works with Ryan, and the
Yeah.
topic of D&D came up, and you guys decided to play in person.
Yeah, apparently there's like a whole 10 people that want to play. They're trying to play D&D together. They're trying to get together yesterday to play, but only 3 of them showed up, which includes Ryan and the DM, I guess. So then 4. 4 of them out of like the 10 actually showed up yesterday to play. I was glad I actually went, 'cause otherwise it would have had only 3 players. So then, yeah, he's starting his own homebrew campaign for the whole work group buddies.
And you're playing Nova
Nice.
at level 1.
Yeah.
Nice.
It is fun in person. I'd love all of us to get in person and play, but I was having such a hard goddamn time rolling dice because I don't know what the dice is for any of the actual things. I just put in the numbers and I click a button. I'm like, I just want to click a button. I don't want to roll anything anymore.
Yeah, there's a lot more math in
Yeah, there is.
real life D&D for sure.
I tried going back to tabletop, and like I had to ask my DM, can I bring my computer and have my character sheet on roll?
That's what I did.
I can't do this. I have all these sheets
That
of
was
paper.
pretty much
can't
what I did.
Oh
That's
my
so
god,
funny.
that's hilarious.
Adding all the numbers isn't as bad as remembering which dice is for everything and then remembering what modifiers I have to add for everything and then remembering what each spell dice is for I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, and then you have to have
Already done
enough dice, or else you're going to be re-rolling dice. You're like,
Oh.
I only have 1d8, and this spell does 8d8? Holy shit, I got to roll this 8 times?
I have
and then
at
add
least-
everything up?
I have at least 68, so I think I'm okay.
There you go. Yeah. Yeah.
It
Well,
was
that's
fun,
cool. Yeah. I love playing in person. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like playing on Roll20 because it's very
though.
convenient,
It is very convenient.
but there's nothing like playing in person. Playing in
Yeah.
person, you get to do so much more. And as a DM, I feel like I'm better in person because, I can do movements. I can be much more visual.
Mhm.
And also I love playing with props. So whenever I DM, I try to give props to players.
Lots of math.
Nice.
Yeah, like maps and I'll make like handouts
puzzles.
and stuff like that, puzzles in person and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So I love doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I don't want to admit to it, but watching the 2 other DMs DM in person made me a little less scared of DMing because
Oh, you're thinking about DMing yourself at some point?
yeah, because I haven't yet and I've absolutely refused to do it.
Dude, you gotta do it.
Just
You gotta
Mostly
try it.
because I have
adventure.
no fucking
don't
time.
make it up your first time. You should be fine.
Well, I mean, it's much easier to DM something that is already pre-written.
Mhm.
But even then, I find that even with pre-written stuff, I have to still flesh it out. Like I've done so much
Yeah.
work on the Storm King's Thunder campaign
For sure.
because, NPCs, they don't have pictures, they don't have descriptions. They're literally given like 3 words in like a book, and I'm like, this NPC is so much more critical, or can be so much cooler in this current scene than what it is made out to be. So you'll begin to see some of that next time we play.
Mhm.
When you guys go to the
Vampire.
barge right.
Ravenlaw.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Ravenloft. Yeah, because we're switching campaigns for a bit. But yeah, I mean, I think playing in person is great.
Yeah, me too. That's fun.
All right.
Well-
I'm making coffee, so I don't want to keep you guys.
Hmm.
We're done, and is Ryan going to be able to play in 2 weeks?
That is what I was thinking about. So he found out, and I think he's just been
Uh-oh.
too ashamed and or embarrassed to tell anybody. I think we will be able to play our next session, the actual campaign, but I don't know after that. So he's done with this round. I'm gonna call it a round of training. This round of training on the 7th, right, of June.
Okay.
And then after the 7th, the 2 weeks after that will be nesting, and he will be doing his regular 8 to 4, 30 hours for the nesting for those 2 weeks. So, like, the 12th and the 19th could be regular campaign weeks. But then, after that is another, I don't know how long, of trainings round 2. And I
geez.
don't know the hours for that training. He hasn't told me yet. He said he hasn't found out yet. And he hasn't
What
told
training?
anybody else yet.
Yeah, why is this so much?
Seriously?
I don't know. He's already, everybody there is already sick of it. They just want to get to taking calls and being in the call center like, we're so done with these goddamn modules.
Crap.
Let me take some fucking calls.
So we're gonna be good for the 12th and the 29th, right?
The 29th.
26th. Sorry.
The 26th, I don't know. But the
Oh.
12th, yes. 12th,
All
yes. 26th, unsure.
All right. Well, I won't have something else to run, unfortunately. Like at this point, I'm done. So I mean, if hopefully he'll be available on the 26th, or we'll try to figure out something else.
Yeah, we're trying to figure out so much shit right now. I got a wedding.
Because I'd
on the
rather
9th.
not, DM if he's not around. But then again, we still have 4 people, so.
I mean, I can't
All
wait
right.
for him to be done so we could just play our campaign with him again. I just want him to join us, is what I want, because I don't want to play like really without him.
Yeah. All right.
But yeah, we'll figure it out. I'll let you know as soon as I know. I'll let you know, and I'm gonna hound him for all the information, because God knows he won't get it himself until I bitch him out for it.
Well,
Yeah.
hopefully.
Has he been sad that we've been playing without him?
Yeah. Well,
Oh,
I've
sorry.
I've been sad. He's been sad that, like, he feels bad that he's making us all do this. Pretty much, that's what he told me. He says
Yeah,
he's very
well,
sorry to
he does
everyone.
doing it for work.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm having a good time. I don't.
Yeah, we're
I don't
having
mind
fun
doing
with the
that.
one shots,
All right.
so it works out.
All right,
We'll
guys. so
figure it
thank
out
you
next
for playing.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll pick up with Star King's Thunder then in a couple weeks on the 12th.
On the 12th for sure.
All right, sounds
All right.
good. Thanks,
Thank
Joe.
you for running.
As
All right.
always.
You're
Good.
welcome. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, everyone.
Good night, everyone.
Good
I'll
night.
see you.